All right, y'all. Welcome back to, let's say, part two of the Alpine extravaganza. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these two big monoblocks and I am going to wrap it and then stack it back up so we have some more room on the table here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through the process of what I do to test these amplifiers. Right. All of these amplifiers have not been powered up in quite some time, and I don't believe that you should connect these to a battery source or whatever, regularly hook them up, and then send power to them. The inrush of the current can go into the caps, and there could be an issue if there's any caps or anything in there that is expired, leaking or bad or something like that. I have done it with a different type of equipment where you plug it in after it not being used forever and pow, there goes the magic smoke. So give me a second to just get this big guy covered up and stacked on top of the other, and we'll get a power supply over here and I'll show you guys exactly how we get this done. Just because I need the room in order for this to work correctly. Okay, so power supply and one jumper is all we need for right now. I'm gonna set the camera up here a little bit better so you guys can see on this side. So for starters, this is a power limited supply. I highly recommend you pick one up if you haven't seen my series on this, or not my series, but my my video on this. Great, especially for old equipment, powering things up, whatever, so have you. So anyway, quickly fire old girl up, and we're gonna set our voltage, which we're gonna go for 14.4. So get it close with the coarse, and then the fine, we got it right at 14.4 volts. All right, and then to set the amperage, connect those girls together here, turn the output on, and then we're just gonna go ahead and set our amperage, and I'm gonna go up to, let's say, 5 amps. Now this is a whole process. This here, what I'm showing you, is just going to be, just follow along if you want to see how I do it. All right. If you want to do it another way, then kudos to you. This is my process that I've been using for years, and it worked for me. So we're going to turn the output back off. Here, come over. Now, when you're working with these amplifiers, always make sure that you got your battery, your remote, and your ground set correctly. All right. Connect my ground, connect my battery. All right. And then from my battery, I'm going to click on there and then jump over to the remote. And when we turn that power supply on, hopefully we don't have any issues. You should see this green light click on, or blue. Some of the older Alpines are green. This one's blue, so we're good there. We just let it sit there and idle, and we look to see what the amperage is. If you guys can see here, that's basically showing you got 0.7677 amps going in. That just means that she is just powering on. It's not using anything. If we were to put any usage on this thing, you'll see the amperage obviously go up and down, and the wattage also. But this is the first step on all of them, and then we're just going to do that on all 4 of these, and then we'll continue forward with the process. So next one, repeat again, ground, power, power, jump the remote, and then we can turn the output on, and the amplifier turns on. You see how that jumped up real quick and came down? That's the caps inside being charged up. And that's why you don't want to hook these up to a regular battery or something, because that number will jump way high up, and then you can damage the caps inside these inside your amplifiers also. So once again, 7.6, so that's idle current for these, and that's how you get to see what your idle current is, right? Current amperage, and set to 14.4. Let's just call it 0.77 amps is idle current on this particular amplifier. You see the same thing on both of these two are the same. So we can just go ahead and we can turn those off. Now I could turn the juice up some more and give it more, but it's not necessary. The caps are charged in here, so we can shut that off. Swing that one over there. Now this one, the 340, that's the brand newsy, right? That was in the box. That one's brand new. I don't believe that one's ever been used. So let's go ahead and just get these kind of situated. All right, and you can see this one, there's nothings on there, so we'll pull the boots or the condoms off of it, however you want to look at it. Now this one has a little bit of oil on it, but I think that's because it's brand new. This can't be too brand new, because you guys might not be able to see it, but it does look like it's been mounted. So it is somewhat used. Whatever, I don't care. I bought it to be used anyway. Maybe they looked at it, use it, and then put it aside. But battery, ground, and then connect the Roonies. And now I said, now watch here when I turn this on, watch how that number spikes back up to 5, right? Yeah, you see it quickly jumped up and came down, but 0.73 for the idle current. You can see the blue lights on. And it's just simple. This is just a simple way to kind of protect your investment, so to speak, right? So just let it sit there for a couple minutes, a couple seconds, and charge itself up. And as it does that, we're just making sure things are gooch. All right. Now there is other steps that we're going to be taking to test these amplifiers, but this is the first step that I personally take when testing out my amplifiers. It's been sitting for a while, and I have a few more. I don't know if you guys noticed in my last video. I had some amplifiers I asked people to see if they could identify. If you read out in the comments, a couple people did identify them. Those are also going to get the same style treatment. Now this is that 2-channel. This is that MRV-T420. It's kind of a little powerful 2-channel for the age of when this came out, and these amplifiers are all underrated. They'll say one, but back in the day, it's nothing different really than now. You know, if you wanted some premium, Alpine has always been premium in my eyes. I don't know. Nowadays, I guess, you know, some people have different perceptions of different things, but even JL is premium, right? You're going to pay for it though. Power back on. I know I shut it off. And then output on. Quickly jumped up to 3 amps. And now we're just letting those caps just sit there and have a little charge on them. So that is all 4 of the, well, the 3 of the 4 channels and then the 1 2 channel. Yeah, I'll completely do the monoblocks separately just because those are much bigger and so on and so forth. So now that we have all of these powered up, we're going to switch over to this setup here. This is my test bench. I know it's not flat like most people's are, but you can see I got my DSP, my head unit, a couple other amplifiers. This over here is a TARS amp, 200 amp charger, battery setup, so on and so forth. Plus I have another 100 amper on its way in. Well, let me go ahead and get all of that, get that powered on, so on and so forth, so we can do this, and I got to set up my laptop for this next series, okay?